Welcome to this week's edition of the Stony Brook Media Group News Show. I'm Miles Reese.
And I'm Audrey Reynolds. We have a lot of news to cover today, starting with a school bus accident that took place this past Wednesday. A school bus driver named Stephen Edwards was arrested Wednesday morning after a crash involving a bus and a sedan in North Bellport. The bus carried 5 children and 2 staff members on board while on its way towards Victory Christian Academy. When EMS arrived on the scene, the bus driver refused medical attention for the children on board, which caused him to be removed from the bus. Edwards then became hostile with police and has since been charged with 5 counts of endangering the welfare of a child and 2 counts of obstruction of governmental administration, harassment, and resisting arrest. The children have since been transported to the local hospital for minor injuries and are expected to be okay.
After the 5-month-long trial regarding Barbers Hill High School student Daryl George, who was suspended from school because his hairstyle violated school dress code, a Texas judge has reached a decision. On Thursday, February 22nd, Judge Chap Kane III ruled in favor of the Barbers Hill School District, stating that it was not against the law to suspend George from school because of the length of his natural hair. Judge Kane's reasoning for the decision was because the Crown Act, which was passed by Congress in 2022, does not state that exemptions for long hair can be made for hairstyles that are protected by the law, including locks. As the case progresses along the federal court system, George's family is seeking a temporary order for George to resume regular attendance in the Barbers Hill School District. Now on to Stony Brook Media Group's Zoe Busowitz and Mackenzie Yadaw, who attended the Crane-a-thon event hosted by the Origami Club.
Hello, Seawolves. I'm reporting to you today from the Wrong Center. The colorful artwork behind me is made up of 1,000 origami cranes. Today in the Student Activity Center, student organizations are meeting up once again to create cranes for a cause, at an event hosted by the Origami Club and the Campus Beautification team. Let's check it out.
Today we're folding cranes to work towards our 1,000 crane goal for the flag that the student designed, and that will be part of the Campus Beautification project and go up in the Wong Center as a symbol of community and hope on campus.
Our mission is to share art and creativity throughout the campus and foster values of community and belonging and togetherness through these art installations that we put together. If you do not know how to fold a crane, do not fret. Our origami teachers will help you folding cranes.
So I didn't really have a lot of origami experience before, but I went to the Origami Club and they taught me so much. Like, I'm not really good with hand paper folding. I have hand tremors sometimes, so I feel like origami has really helped me with that.
I also didn't have much experience with origami before, but I went to Origami Club, and now I just look forward to going. I like learning different things to make, and we all go together. Like it's a nice thing to do together, I think.
We got a really great response from the community, from the campus, so we're really happy to put on this initiative again this year.
You know, cranes are a symbol of hope in Japanese culture, and I love that message and I want to contribute to that.
So stay tuned for coming updates to the Wrong Center, as 1,000 cranes are soon to take flight.
That was beautiful. What do you guys think?
I can't wait to see the exhibit in the Wang Center.
The cranes sound like a lot of fun.
Right? Now on to international news with Adrian Esposito.
Thank you, Audrey. According to the Gazan Health Ministry, more than 100 Palestinians were killed and 700 were injured by Israeli forces on Thursday while waiting for an aid truck. This comes after the United Nations and other relief groups have been struggling with delivering supplies and aid. The Gazan Health Ministry said that 700,000 people in northern Gaza are suffering from starvation. Officials from both sides offer different accounts on the incident. An Israeli military spokesman, Daniel Hagari, explained that Israeli soldiers fired warning shots in the air first, and only fired when the mob of people, quote, moved in a manner which endangered them, end quote. The Israeli military released an edited drone video showing hundreds of people crowding around the aid trucks, and at one point, people were running and taking cover behind walls. There was a short cut in the video. Some people could be seen on the ground, and it is not clear where they were injured or dead. It is also still unclear who was overseeing the aid trucks because no UN agency was involved, and the Israeli military said that it was distributed by private contractors. The local health ministry in Gaza reported more than 30,000 people have been killed in Gaza, which surpasses any previous Arab conflict with Israel, and many experts say the official toll is likely an undercount. Mediators in Egypt, Qatar, and the United States are working to broker a ceasefire, but the likelihood is questionable. The Russian war against Ukraine has passed the 2-year mark. Reuters asserts that this continuing conflict is leading to global trade disruptions and economic instability, in addition to the emotional and physical traumas of extended war. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky stated that 31,000 Ukrainian troops have been killed since the war began, and that Ukraine needs to continue receiving foreign aid in order to win the war. On a lighter note, Willy Wonka-themed event did not go according to plan in Scotland. The event was held in Glasgow and was described as over the top. Tickets to the event cost around £35, which is about $55 US. Event hosts used artificial intelligence to generate images of what the event was supposed to look like, but attendees were dismayed to find that the event was in a warehouse with barely any decorations. The actors were also given scripts generated by AI, which turned out to be nonsensical. AI even created a character that is not in any Willy Wonka stories. The character was called the Unknown, which was characterized as an evil chocolate maker who lives in the walls. The police were contacted about the event as the participants sought refunds.
Thanks, Adrian. Now let's see the latest news in the political world. Sky Crabtree is bringing you the latest updates with the Political Corner.
Hello, Seawolves. My name is Sky Crabtree, and welcome to the Political Corner. I'm here to give you your weekly update of United States politics. Results from Michigan and South Carolina's primaries show that both President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump are faring well in their respective political parties. For Republicans, Trump beat out former Governor Nikki Haley in her own home state of South Carolina. This comes after her loss in Nevada last month, losing to the option none of these candidates. Despite all of this, Haley still continues to move forward with her political campaign. For Democrats, Biden won the Michigan primary at ease, with 81% of the vote. However, Biden was the uncommitted category at 13%. Some Michiganders voted this way as a form of protest against Biden. Voters, especially those that are Arab American, are expressing their disagreements with the country's lack of a ceasefire call in the ongoing Israel-Palestine crisis. This Tuesday is Super Tuesday, when many more states will be hosting their primaries. 874 delegates are at stake for Trump and Haley. Currently, Trump has 110 delegates, whereas Haley has 20. And Mitch McConnell, the longest-serving Republican leader of the Senate, is going to retire. McConnell said his ideology no longer aligned with the rest of the GOP. This comes after his public disagreement with former President Donald Trump over the 2020 presidential election results. While McConnell was commended for his bipartisan efforts, he encountered opposition from his party on matters such as providing military support to Ukraine. The announcement also comes after McConnell turned 82 and recently had several episodes of freezing in front of the media. His decision kicks off a succession battle among prominent Republicans, raising speculation on who is next to step forward. McConnell declared that although he will resign from his position at the end of his tenure, he will continue to serve his Senate term, ending in 2027. The Supreme Court announced this week that it will be hearing arguments over former President Donald Trump's immunity from criminal charges. This appears to be a temporary victory for Trump and his legal team, as it has further delayed Trump's criminal case. His legal counsel has long pushed for delays in his 4 criminal cases, arguing that the indictments are politically motivated. These claims remain unsubstantiated. Just last month, the Supreme Court heard oral arguments from Colorado State about the constitutionality of removing Trump from the state ballot. Oral arguments are set to begin in late April.
Thanks, Sky. The race is really heating up. Now let's turn to Angelique Powell with the STEM unit.
500 Americans are dying from excessive alcohol misuse, according to a recent study released by the Center of Disease Control. Rates of alcohol-related deaths have risen up, marking to about 30%. This makes the total death toll in 2021 as high as 178,000 people. The study showed a sustained increase in drinking during the COVID-19 pandemic as a way to cope with the increased stress levels. Albedo Space Corporation will be launching its first cutting-edge imaging satellite in early 2025. Albedo satellite has the unique ability to capture high-resolution images. This includes cars, cargo ships, and the use of close-ups of people. The company plans on achieving these close-ups through placing the satellite into a very low orbit, which will allow the fleet to use smaller cameras. The project aims to help aid in forest fires, wildlife monitoring, and the inspection of solar panel arrays. This week marks the National Eating Disorders Awareness Week. The campaign started this past Monday and will end on this Sunday. The National Eating Disorders Association encourages individuals to understand the differences between each disorder. It aims for more people to become aware of such issues and spread such information. The association also comes to help focus on the educating the public through the varieties of information provided on their website at nationaleatingdisorders.org.
Thanks, Angelique. There's so much going on in STEM. Now onto the entertainment segment. Here's Allison Luna and Christopher Yang with the Media Minute.
Welcome to the Media Minute, where you get all your updates on pop culture. I'm Allison Luna.
And I'm Christopher Yang. Sad news in the entertainment world as longtime actor and comedian Richard Lewis died in his home of a heart attack on Tuesday. Lewis started many different shows throughout his career with roles in BoJack Horseman, The Simpsons, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. He was 76 years old.
In music news, J-Hope of BTS surprised his fans by announcing a new mini-album on Instagram on Tuesday. Titled Hope on the Street Volume 1, the 6-track EP features a number of special guests, including bandmate Jungkook and Ha Young-jin of South Korean girl group Le Sserafim. So ARMY, remember to set your clocks for midnight on March 29th. I am definitely not missing this album drop.
You know what else premiered on Hulu this Tuesday? The new FX show, Shogun. Based on the best-selling novel by James Clavell, the 10-episode limited series tells the story of an English captain, John Blackthorne, as he gets embroiled in a political conflict between 5 Japanese lords. You know I'll be watching it. How about you, Allison?
I've definitely been seeing the trailers for it, so yeah, you'll definitely catch me watching it over the weekend.
Awesome. That's it for this week's edition of the Media Minute. Tune in next week for our weekly pop culture rundown.
And now we transition to the world of sports with Thomas Pardo.
Spring training is underway in Major League Baseball as all 30 teams begin their long journey of the 162-game season. The New York Yankees are looking to bounce back from a subpar 82-80 record in 2023 while not making it to the postseason for the first time since 2016. They will begin their season on March 28th with a 4-game road series versus the Houston Astros at Minute Maid Park. The Yankees All-Star and ace pitcher Garrett Cole is the reigning American League Cy Young Award winner. In the offseason, they acquired All-Star outfielder and former World Series champion Juan Soto in a 6-player trade with the San Diego Padres. The Mets, on the other hand, are also looking to bounce back after a dismal 75-87 record in 2023. They will begin their season on March 28th with a 3-game series at home versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Their ace pitcher, Kodai Senga, will start the season on the injured list after being diagnosed with a moderate posterior capsule strain in his right shoulder. In his rookie year, Senga finished second in voting for the National League Rookie of the Year award and 7th for the National League Cy Young award. Back to you, Audrey and Miles.
Thanks, Tommy. I can't wait to see their progress on the field. Well, that's it for this week's edition of the Stony Brook Media Group. I'm Audrey Reynolds.
And I'm Miles Reese. We'll see you next week.